suspected hijackers were from?
It sounds like they've nailed it down unofficially to Bolivia. That's at least according to several sources I've heard in the reporting, that that the suspects are Bolivians. Now, as you well know from doing many interviews on this area in the past, Wolf, that could mean that there is some kind of cartel connections that there have been in the past in Bolivia and in Colombia as well. At least that has been the recognized form of resistance in that area. Obviously not anything that we can confirm at this point, but it certainly is something that I'm sure the State Department is going to be checking on right quickly.
I want you to hold on for a minute, Rick, if you can listen in the Spanish to what they're reporting on Mexican television. We're going to come back to you in a moment, but Tom Fuentes is joining us. He's a contributor formerly of the FBI who's watching all of this unfold. Tom, when you see this, what goes through your mind, especially, 2 days before the anniversary of 9/11?
Well, Wolf, I didn't look at it in the context of 9/11 because it looks like it's probably more of a Mexican domestic issue. What went through my mind watching the broadcast of the hijacking is that the hijackers probably for some reason surrendered, because we don't have the Mexican authorities doing what would be referred to as a dynamic assault, trying to swarm that plane from every entrance all at once. So somehow, either through negotiation or another reason, it appears that the situation came to an end peacefully by the choice of the hijackers, and that they decided to give up. And the fact that they did so also is an indicator, because the people around that plane don't seem to be too concerned about it possibly exploding. So you have hundreds of soldiers, law enforcement authorities, other people that are around that plane and stayed very close to the plane. And as the passengers left, you didn't see them coming down the ramps running for their lives. You saw them at a deliberate pace, but not at an urgent pace, coming down the ladders, and people being taken into custody, the suspects at this point, the pilots coming off the plane. So it appeared to me that the situation was resolved nonviolently prior to the authorities boarding that plane.
Because we've been reporting, Tom, that the suspected hijackers aboard the Boeing 737, this AeroMexico jet, they said they had a cardboard box containing a bomb, and they threatened to blow up the plane if their demand to speak to the President, Felipe Calderón, was not met. That threat, in and of itself, whether or not they had a bomb or not, and clearly, given the heightened state of security in Cancun, where this plane originated, it's unclear whether there was in fact some sort of bomb. But what does that say to you as a trained FBI agent, at least in your former FBI agent?
Well, by experience, in many of those situations, people threaten that they have a bomb when they actually don't. And it appears that they must have determined very quickly that there was, in fact, no bomb. Because, as I mentioned, when you look at the videos of people exiting that aircraft, there's not any great urgency about it. And you would think that even after they've exited and they're down on the tarmac talking to the authorities, if there was any possibility that there was a live bomb or explosive device still on that plane, they would have been moving the people as far away as fast as possible from that aircraft.
I want you to hold on for a moment. Rick Sanchez is still with us. Rick, have you been picking up more information from Mexican television?
Yeah, I'm listening now. They've just asked one of the correspondents there on the ground. They've asked him if, in fact, did he see any shots fired? Were any shots fired on the ground? Was there any kind of threat? He said no. It was a peaceful rescue, in that the folks were asked to walk off the plane, and they were. They did so, again, sin disparar un tiro, he said, without shooting a single shot. Then he was asked if any explosives experts, or if that box that was referred to earlier as a square brown box was seen, or if any of these detonation officials have been asked to go on the plane and deal with that. And he said no, absolutely not, that no one went on the plane at any time to deal with any explosives, and that no explosives experts were seen on the ground or seen anywhere near the scene. That's what I just heard this reporter explain, as curious as it may sound.